super soft all over me. I want it holding me down into the asphalt with your rotary. We want it all. Burn my heart away. Take the wheel and take control and take my body and my soul. Take me home. Take me home. Neon lights and lipstick marks upon my neck. Take me home. Take me there. Feel the wind rush just like fingers through your hair. I want it, oh, contraire. 87 just won't do. I need your premium made. I want it all. Red light till the engine screaming, till our hearts both stop. Push past till the morning rises. I want it. Burn my heart away. Take the wheel and take control. Take my body and my soul. Take me home. Take me home. Neon lights and lipstick marks upon my neck. Take me home. Burn, burn. Tune out, it's too late to stop now. Flip those burgers away, you just enjoy the show. Godless, heathen, fatherless and seething. Take me to your power cord and watch me glow. Susan's on the frenzy and Jeff is on the coke. I am inside of your walls right now, you can't escape me. Take your pills and keep on breathing, this is not a joke. Parasocial paranoia, I just wanna chill out. Put your tinfoil hat on, I am just a stupid bunny rabbit.
Okay. Oh, it's on Xbox for some reason. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I really didn't like yesterday using Google Chrome and then having to switch back from Google Chrome to my main browser, which is why am I forgetting the fucking name? Microsoft Edge. So I'm just gonna do everything from Microsoft Edge because this is where I have everything. This, as you can clearly see over here, I got like tabs upon tabs of things I do for research and look up. And I'm like, why am I gonna use a different browser for that? But anyways, also I noticed when I was sharing the video, stupid I don't know what happened to YouTube. Hi, sweetie. Hey, everyone. Hope you guys are gonna enjoy the stream. But I don't know what happened. I made a whole new thumbnail for the stream. Whole new. We're not talking about the Game Awards. I don't know why, but I made a whole new thumbnail, posted it, and like saved it onto this stream. And YouTube's like, nah, we're gonna use the same thumbnail you used yesterday. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but the thumbnail you see is misleading. I'm not talking about the Game Awards today. I might like dab on it a little bit, but today's not anything about the Game Awards. Today's purely on. Oh, so I'm gonna play this now. I'm hoping this isn't coming too loud. I want to start having more background music in the background, but just like, you know, kind of like ambience. But no, today we're not talking about the Game Awards. Everything about today is going to be about Steam's new console that was announced about like, I think it was like 4 days ago, and it kind of like set everything ablaze because I guess this is just unprecedented. Like, no one actually saw this coming. I didn't hear any news about this. Like, usually there's like a couple of leaks here and there, but I haven't heard anything from the people I follow. I saw that. I thought you were doing it again. No, I wasn't. Like, again, I don't know what happened to YouTube. YouTube just like said like, nah, bitch, talk about this stuff more. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about the VGAs no more. I'm sad. I'm sad because last night I was talking with a friend who checked out the stream after work, and he was saying, he was like, hey, so was it like a game you saw on there that wasn't like talked about? And or it was your live put into a video? Probably. I don't know. I have to double check. I need to see what happened. I'm almost positive that I did it correctly, but I can be mistaken because I'm also, you know, kind of retarded. But yeah, so I was talking to a friend of mine who checked out the stream after work, and he was telling me, he was like, was there a game that wasn't nominated that you think should have? And at first I was like, no, I don't believe so. Like, I think most of the other games that I would have wanted nominated, I don't think anyone else would think is a good game to nominate. I can't think of anything that was super popular that was like needed to be nominated. And then I immediately went to my fucking console, was getting ready to play, and I saw right down my feed, because I just played it, Digimon Time Strangers. Why the fuck wasn't that nominated? That's an amazing... I can't believe I forgot about it. I got 87 hours in the game. I had to take a pause for it because I was playing, like, you know, Silent Hill and everything. But that game is tremendously amazing. I love Digimon Time Strangers. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. That should be within the timeline of like... that should be well within Game Awards timeline to allow that to pass. Why didn't that get nominated? They nominated so many other fucking games. That totally could have been nominated for, like, RPG, Best Action Adventure. I don't know Best Narrative, because the narrative is, it's kind of what I expected. It's not the most amazing thing, but I think I really like the characters and I really like the story thus far. It's simple and it's nice. It's got kind of a, you know, traditional bad guys will be bad guys kind of mentality. At least so far, I haven't beat it yet, because I've been doing a lot of the grinding. I've been trying to get a lot of the megas and champions and stuff that I really like from the actual animes I used to watch. But yeah, they kind of snubbed it. I'm wondering what happened there. Why Time Strangers didn't get shit. Granted, Pokemon ZA didn't get shit either, but no one's crying over that. There's a Digimon game now. Yeah, oh my god. So this is the game I've been playing for, like, I played when it was released. Time Strangers. So this is Digimon Time Strangers. It is the third installment of the Digimon story, like, timeline, like, of games. It is phenomenal. Like, I love this game. I mean, it does a lot of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? It improves upon a lot of the things that are in the previous game, because my friends loved the first Time Straight. One friend has always been a big Digimon fan, so he's always picked up the story games. But his favorite at the time was Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which was the second game of the story series. He really liked that game. My other friend, my roommate, he picked it up because it was $5 on Switch, and we've been talking about, like, you know, our Digimon and everything. But he's been asking me, like, hey, quality of life, that's what it is. There's a lot of quality of life things in this game that improves upon from the original Time Sleuths. And the reason why I bring this up is because in his game, he can't just Digivolve wherever. He has to go to a specific NPC do something to digivolve them, so this way he can actually get his champions, his ultimates, and mega. I can just sit there and be like, I need to get them to the stats they need, and then be anywhere I want to, just literally evolve them. He has to go somewhere specifically to save. I can just save whatever the fuck I want. So there's definitely some quality of life things that have improved. Not only that, but the actual map is much more expansive. The graphics are updated. It looks nice and clean. That game looks beautiful. Like, the team behind it did such a tremendous job. I love exploring the Digimon world. Even though the map's not as huge, I don't understand why the hell the game wasn't nominated for anything. It's surprising to me that it wasn't. But yeah, so I kind of got upset about that last night after I was talking with him. It sucks, but what we gonna do? But yeah, no. So no Game Awards. That's kind of like the only Game Award thing we're going over today. We're actually gonna be talking about Steam's new. What the fuck? Oh my god, I have so many tabs. Okay, wait. Was this one? Yeah. Okay. So Steam's new Steam machine that was showcased, I believe, like 4 or 5 days ago. It was definitely like last week. I just don't remember where. So this was kind of a surprise. I didn't hear any leaks, any rumors about this at all. It just kind of happened. And so immediately people were like, I started seeing posts after posts talking about it. They say like, oh my god, is this like the answer that the console war's been waiting for? And I'm like, it can and it can't be. It really depends on a few factors. One, pricing, of course, is going to be an issue. Because so a lot of people wanted this console to be put around the original Steam machine's price, which I have right here. It took me a while to find this too, which is right here. The original Steam machine that was released like back in 2013 was $500. Like around 2013, 2015 was $500. And people like at the time definitely without a lot of money, but they were willing to forgive it because Steam and Valve had already brought up like built themselves up as this company for gamers. Like, there isn't a single, like, I know we have like 20 different launchers now for everything. Like, Blizzard has their launcher. Bethesda tried to have their own launcher for their games. Ubisoft, of course, Epic Store, you got that. But before that, before a bunch of companies tried just making their own launchers to house their games, Steam was the go-to hub for gaming on PC. It still is, but it was much more prevalent then because that's where every AAA, AA, and indie developer went to put their games on sale. Like beforehand, of course, PC games were released traditionally on physical copies. You had those big, bulky, hard cases. You know, that's how I picked up my copy of Guild Wars 2, Dungeon Siege 2, Baldur's Gate, Civilization 2, all these games. And of course they had the keys that you had to put in to play, but no more because Steam came along and they digitalized everything. And how often Steam goes through sales and market changes to help basically facilitate easier availability for these games for these players. And I hear so much, like I've always heard so much that Steam is so like willing to work with the developers and the actual creators of these games to make sure they get a fair price. Steam has always been looked at positively in the long run. Sure, people are upset the fact that Valve has kind of like stepped away from the actual process of developing games. Like the last game, I don't remember what the last game they developed. I think it was actually Portal 2. What was Valve's last game? Last game Valve made. Deadlock. Really? They made additionally Counter-Strike. I think Steam console is the biggest power move in console wars because Steam gets both. No, exactly. I think this was literally like them dropping like their fucking sack on the table and says like, "What up, me bitch? Who's got a bigger dick?" and it's like before I go into that, I want to make sure. I could have sworn the last game they released was Portal 2. I've never even heard of this Deadlock game. Let's see. Oh, right. You had to come up with the Half-Life like spin-off games and stuff. Yeah. I guess you can count the updated Counter-Strike 2, but I mean like actual IP and the additional like additions to like Half-Life has been great, but I'm talking about like, you know, Half-Life 3, a new Portal game, a new Left 4 Dead, maybe like either an update or a new release of Team Fortress. Like beforehand, Valve had never had a unsuccessful launch of a game. I think maybe like and I never really played it a lot comparatively to the first game, but I guess Left 4 Dead 2 didn't hit as hard as Left 4 Dead 1, at least in the circles I was playing, because usually most of us just kept playing Left 4 Dead 1, and then some of us bought Left 4 Dead 2 because we were still having so much fun with Left 4 Dead 1, even though Left 4 Dead 2 was still a pretty solid game overall. But yeah, so what was the article I was on? Here, okay. So I was like thinking about which direction I wanted to go to talk about this, and my first thought was just talk about the concept of like the consoles themselves, Valve doing this move at this exact moment. And the reason why I bring this up is because I don't know how long this machine has been in development for. I'm sure we'll start getting more information as journalists interview like Gabe Newell and like other people part of the team that were in process of developing this. But I don't think it could have dropped at a better time, because Xbox has been waning when it comes to their profits. Like after the last like big shareholders meeting, it was basically found out the fact that because of Game Pass and putting Call of Duty on there, the actual sales for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on the Xbox tanked. They lost over 30 million. I think it was either 300 million or 30 million. How much? Let me actually double check that. I know I did a video on that. How much did Xbox lose with Ops 6? Yeah, 300 million. That's how much it was. Yeah, reported Microsoft gave up 300 million in Call of Duty sales as a result of Game Pass. So because Call of Duty 6 was able to be basically downloaded if you had Game Pass, the premium edition. Shut the fuck, I don't want this. The original premium edition and I forget what the other edition was called, but the third edition, the second edition, you couldn't pick it up for core, but you could get it for the other two, which was $20 at the time, and then $14.99. The core edition, I believe, was $7.99. I wish you could time travel and live out the 90s student life. No, okay, so it may be me just having a kind of like remembrancy bias, but yes, the 90s and the early 2000s was great for gaming. Much like for the internet, it was still the wild west of gaming. People were still kind of trying to throw what they can at the wall to see what really stuck. And this gave a lot of time for people to be really innovative of like taking IPs that no one had ever heard of or even come up with and trying something amazing. Basically, case in point, like, how many actual games do you remember back in the day being based on a movie or a book? There were tons. Most of these games relatively sucked, like that 1 hour's Guardian games, or fucking like the original Marvel games based on like, you know, Spider-Man and Daredevil and stuff. Like, these games were by the dozen. But then you had games that were released like Halo, like Gears, like Resistance for the PlayStation, Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. Like the year of basically from the year of like the N64, I would even argue Super Nintendo, but N64 onward to when the PlayStation 3 released. I would even say the PlayStation 4. That period of gaming was amazing. Were there a bunch of bad games? Sure, there were some bad games, but overall, there was such a good amount of both quality and quantity of video games to choose from that were just amazing. I was gonna kind of go into it, but I guess I go into it now. So I grew up with the SNES, the Super Nintendo. I wasn't really that big into playing video games. I was more active into watching TV and cartoons and movies, and of course going outside and playing. I didn't really start getting into gaming or playing video games until the end of the original Xbox, because there were starting to be games on there that I really started to like MechAssault, if anyone you guys ever played that. But MechAssault, of course, Halo 2. I liked Halo 1, but Halo 2 is the game I played the most of, beating the campaign repeatedly. Odds Ward, Blinks the Time Cat. I had that for the original Xbox. It was great. I know the game. I know people hate the game, but I used to like the game when I was a kid. I liked a lot of those silly cartoon games. Ninja Gaiden, that was one of my favorites as a kid growing up. I think Ninja Gaiden 2 was the 360, but I don't remember. I don't remember if it was 360 or the original. But I just remember playing Ninja Gaiden 2, and I fucking no life that game for a straight week to beat it and then beat it again on the hardest difficulty. So these are some of the pillars of my childhood growing up. And when the 360 came out, holy shit. The amount of games on there that I fucking fell in love with that really brought me more into the world of playing video games, not just on a console, but on PC, was amazing. Before the actual 360 era, I had played a few games on PC, mostly MMOs and RPGs, like I said, Dungeon Siege 2, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and 3, Civilization 2, Age of Empires 2, mostly Age of Empires. I really liked Age of Empires. Plants vs. Zombies at the time. What else did I play on the Guild Wars 2? This Chinese game, this MMO called Conquer, was mostly focused on PvP. Silk Road, Atlantica. God, I don't even know if any of you guys know any of the names of these games. I grew up a lot with MMOs. When I got into middle school and my early high school years, MMOs ran my life. It wasn't until I got to about 10th grade, junior year, did more shooters become my life. It kind of took over the MMOs. But I think the last MMO I ever really put a lot of time and effort into playing was Terra. And I loved Terra. Terra was such an amazing game, but that was my last MMO. And I stopped playing because I was mostly playing by myself. I had my brother and 2 friends I was playing with. But then those 2 friends stopped, and then my brother stopped altogether because he had a habit of dropping MMOs after he got really, really high level and stuff. I wasn't born until 2004. I had zero idea of these things until my mom got me a PS2, PS3, and a bunch of card games that she found on sale. I love Just Live in late 90s. Yeah, no, and that's great. My mom used to kind of do the same. She'd see hey, look, this movie's on sale. I'm sure, Dula would like it. Hey, look, these toys are being sold at a garage sale. I picked these up for Dula. Or, hey, Dula has been playing his gaming console a lot, his Nintendo. She would always call me. I love it about when moms or dads called hey, are you playing your Nintendo, kids? And you're sitting there playing your Xbox. Yeah, I'm playing my Nintendo. But yeah, so she would find things on sale and she'd pick it up. She knew how much I was in love with the Game Boy Advance SP, and so anytime she'd see the Game Boy games on sale, she would just pick me up one and be like, here you go, play this. I'm like, yay! And it'd be something like Mario Tennis, because of course, Mario as an IP is easily identifiable, even as people who don't play games. They know who Mario is. They know who Batman is. They know who Superman are. So normal people who don't participate in the realm of gaming, in the realm of media, know who these characters are because how much staying power they have and how popular they've become over the years. So my mom would easily identify Mario and be like, boom, let's get him this new Mario game. It's the same way she was with books. I'm not sure if any of you guys did this, but when I was in school, I had to do, when you were in summer vacation, the school always gave you summer reading assignments. You had to read a book on this list of books they said are good for you to read, and then you had to write a essay describing the events of the book, what you thought about the book, and the meaning of the book, blah 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 blah. And my mom didn't know any of the books on there except for Harry Potter. I haven't played Terra. I played DC Universe online religiously. Oh yeah, I had 2 friends who loved the DC Universe games. He also played, I don't remember if it was DC Universe or what the game was called, but it was you could make your own hero, your own superhero. You remember that? I think it was called Hero 101 or something like that. No, it wasn't Hero 101. It was something else where basically you can either be a hero or you be a supervillain. and he really liked playing that game, but I don't remember anything about it. I never got into. He would always talk to me about it. I just don't remember the actual name, but I know the game got the server shut down. But yeah, so kind of going back to this. So what the hell is the article I was just looking at? No, here. Okay, so I really like how they worded this too. It's not a GameCube per se. I'm like, no, it's not a GameCube. I understand why you said that. I get the meme, but no, it's not a GameCube. But essentially, they go into the concept of like, Valve is entering the console race. It's doing the most. It's doing. Oh my god! And it's doing so in the most Valve way possible. The Steam Machine is exactly what it sounds like. A bundle of PC parts inside the pint-sized frame. They can play Steam library. Basically, it plays Steam corded games. Basically, if it's on Steam, you're gonna be playing on the Steam Machine. And what's really handy about this is if you go to the actual spec, it's going to be using Linux as the form for the ROS. And it goes right here. Let's see. As expected, Valve showcases a set of new hardware on Wednesday, including the new Steam Frame VR headset built to play both virtual reality titles and the rest of the Steam library on the virtual 2D screen. As early leaks suggest, the new Steam Machine includes a semi-custom AMD-made SoC and a system of the chip. Valve claims its new box has 6 times the horsepower as the custom Z AMD-made GPU of the Steam Deck. Basically, say it's a new and improved version of the original of the Steam Deck, which of course I have that here. If I could fucking find it. Is this it? Okay, so this is of course Valve Steam Deck. This has overtaken so many people's lives. Like even people I work with at my job, I see them sometimes in the break room just playing their Steam Decks. And it sounds like DCU or it's probably DCU. I don't know. I know you can make your own heroes and you can make your own villains. The only freedom, the choice in your character clothing, you want to upgrade a gear. It might be DCU. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, so the Steam Deck, and this kind of gives you an idea of the hardware. You can't really compare a portable system to what they did previously with the Steam Machine and then of course the new one, but this kind of gives you an idea of what Steam kind of does going forward. So they built a portable system, 60 hertz refresh rate, 40 watt battery for 2 to 8 power, 2 to 8 hours of gameplay, it got, I'm not carrying in case I'm too worried about, but they basically sold this for like 300, 550, and then 700, almost 700 respectively. And of course they got different sizes for the actual memory, 1 terabyte, 52, half of a terabyte, and then a quarter of a terabyte essentially. And what I really liked about the actual concept of the Steam Deck, what's this? Howdy, Steve. Oh, hi! I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm going to be kind of talking about this more. And then I might switch to some games in a bit. But right now my main focus is kind of going over this. Making it watching Dulla. Hey, thank you. Oh, what you making for dinner? Gonna give me some spaghetti. I like a little spaghetti and meatballs. But you guys probably figured I like the meatballs. Hee hee. But yeah, Steam has become a powerhouse in almost whatever they do. Like it's basically like Valve came along, and Gabe Newell came along, and his team came along. We're like saying like, we want to get into making games. Boom, they made a bunch of games. Almost all of them were like an instant success. Okay, we want to make a go-to one-stop shopping for video games on digital market, because no one's actually cornered the market on this. They made Steam. They basically developed a powerhouse that still to this day, no matter who tries to make a new launcher to try to compete with them, fails. Like, it is crazy how like Epic was like, hey, we're tired of having to work within the confines of the policies and the rate that we're charged for putting our games on Steam. So we want to make our own Epic Store. I'm not gonna sit here and say the Epic Store is bad, but I really don't care for, one, the actual interface for the Epic Store, and two, there really isn't many games they have on there comparatively, and there's never going to be enough games. Like, also, from what I remember correctly, the Epic Store went into quite a bit of controversy when it came to a bunch of second-party and indie developers attempting to put their games onto their service to sell. Like I forgot what the actual rate of money they'd be given over, like the percentage difference. Basically, like I don't remember if it was an 80-20 split or what it was, but I remember like some indie developers really got fucked over because of the policy. I'll have to look into that more later. Well, great, cool. PMG drawn by you? No, I am not that. I mean, I draw, and I think I'm okay. I'm like an average artist, but no, this actual design, the design concept is mine. The actual drawing was made by someone really special, someone really great. I love them a lot. Their name is Hyrule Master. I think their actual like X account should be in the description. If not, I gotta fix that. They've been busy with school lately, and I don't want to bother them, so I haven't gotten any new art by them. But anytime I want to get new art by them, I go and talk to them, or I go talk to my other artists, because they are two amazing people that I love working with. If you've ever seen any of my videos, those PMGs in the videos, those are drawn by a different artist. He's great. His name should be in the description. He doesn't actually have any social medias outside of a Discord, and I believe Reddit, but I don't know that anymore. I think he might have gotten rid of his Reddit. But yeah, so that's who made this, and I absolutely love it. They actually made another PMG of mine. Here, let me give you a quick sec. Oh wait, no, I can't switch that. Never mind. I'll probably show it later. But anyways, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Going back to Steam. So I brought up a video that I think will be really good. Will you ever think about converting them into... Yes, 100%. I want to get a V2 model. The problem is, one... Okay, so there's several problems. Because I actually do talk with other indie VTubers, because I'm in their servers and I talk to them, and these are the VTubers I like to watch. Like, personally, like I typically don't watch too many VTubers. I'll either check out some VTubers clips, or I'll look at some of their VODs, but these are the ones I specifically, when they stream, more often than not, I'll go check them out. So I've been talking with some of them, and I even talked to their manager at the time about this stuff, because I was really curious, how much does it cost for all this stuff? And they basically told me, well, one, you're gonna need either A, to have someone draw, either A, the person you hire to do this job will either A, have to do the art for it and then the model work for the rigging, or you have to find two separate people to do that. And I asked them, what does that entail? He's like, and they told me essentially you need to have someone to draw out the actual artwork of like the different sides, you know, how the reference sheet, if you will. So this way it gives the concept for them to actually draw it out onto the canvas. After that process is done, then the rigger goes in. If the actual artist isn't also the rigger, they go in and they start attaching the ability for the actual model to have the movement. It depends on what you want the model to do, any toggles and stuff. And I like stare at them like as though I'm like actually looking at them and like across the table. Yeah, how much does that cost? And they told me even their artists on the cheaper side, they still paid well over $1,000 for their stuff. And I was like, oh shit. I ain't got $1,000 to drop on this right now. I don't. That's why I think PMG right now is for me. I have been saving up a stash, what I call my channel stash, which is essentially like, this is money I want to use to basically buy a model. I want to buy a better mic. I want to put money towards a better PC, to buy these programs, to buy what is it called? I don't remember what it's called. A freaking... It's a machine that essentially you put the toggles on. You just gotta press a button and it doesn't. My brain is frying right now. I can't remember the name. For some reason, I want to call it a Steam Deck. It's not a Steam Deck. I don't remember what it's called. Well, I'm an artist too, and I also make models. Oh, wow. Right now is probably not a good time to talk about this stuff. But sure, I don't mind if you want to shoot me a message. I believe my Discord should be linked, or I'll just yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a bit. I can't spend the money right now. I just can't. Especially after what happened recently with my dog passing. And I got to pay the medical bills that still come after the fact. So right now is not a good time. I'm not going to be able to like, I can't pay for any rigging or model work. The most I would be able to do is maybe buy a couple of art pieces here and there. But so anyways, back to this. So the person I have that we're going to be like kind of watching and reacting to what they're talking about is Linus Tech Tips. And I know Linus gets clowned on a lot, deservingly. Linus is kind of an idiot, and he gets in so many different controversies about his company, about how he runs his company, as a business owner himself. But at the same time, Linus Tech Tips isn't stupid. He actually understands what he's talking about when it comes to electronics, when it comes to gaming. I just think the guy has too many habits of like getting in his own way. But I think Linus is still going to be a good person to kind of go over this and talk about it. So I'll be using Linus as like an example for today. So I'm not sure if we're going to react to the whole video, but we're definitely going to start playing some of it. And I basically already skipped it to the point where it's his channel intro, and then he's going to start talking about the actual Steam Deck, the actual Steam machine. So because he actually got hands-on chance to play it and mess around with it, and so I think he's going to be like a good person to actually kind of showcase it right now. Well, if you don't mind, can I share you my portfolio? Like I said, not right now. If you want to share with me your portfolio, again, I think I'm sure I did. Okay, I did not. My X should be linked to my channel. So if you go to my channel, you should be able to find my X account on there, and then just send me a DM through X, and I'll check it out there, and then from there we can kind of talk. So if you want to do it there, that's great. But like I said, right now, I'm probably not going to be looking forward to any like big art pieces or anything involving rigging or models at the moment, because money is kind of like tight, and I need to be very more focused on paying off what I need to pay off. So just telling you that right now. Bros making business decisions on limits. I know, I'm sorry. Back to this. So, watching Linus Tech Tips. Actually, wait, let me, before I pause that, I'm going to pause this so we can actually listen to Linus better. This sounds too loud. Let's bring it down.
In what has become typical Valve fashion, they've been atypically open about the new Steam machine, giving us direct access to the engineering folks who worked on these devices. The only thing I didn't have today was time, so we're going to get through this as fast as we can. At the heart of the Steam machine.
So he even like goes over and he showcases like the actual like specs, and of course minimally. And this is what I really like, the Steam machine, and I think I've heard like the PlayStation 5 has the ability to do this. I know for a fact the Switch does, but I do like the fact that the Steam machine actually has a micro SD slot where you can actually swap out a larger size for it. It's got a it says 52 GB or 2 terabyte memory, 64 gigs of RAM and DDR. That's impressive. I don't know much about the newer graphics cards, and I myself am not like a super tech heavy person, but I from what I can look at it, this graphics card beats mine out of the water by like a mile. Not even a mile, maybe like 2 miles. So already this little machine destroys my PC that I paid like over $1,000 for like 2 years back.
Is a 6-core AMD Zen 4-based CPU that turbos up to 4.8 GHz with 16 gigs of RAM and an 8 gig GPU that they compared to a 7600 XT-ish. But they were also quick to point out that it might not be apples to apples thanks to their custom software stack and power tuning. Basically, the goal was that pretty much anything on Steam should run at 4K 60 FPS if you're willing to turn down the details and use a little bit of FSR upscaling.
So essentially what he's saying there is it's going to be able to play everything close to 4K, excluding some games, because some games do, of course, they're like, for instance, yeah, I need some living. Well, what's your Discord, sir? Again, not going over that right now. Kind of focusing on this. If you go to my channel, you can go to my Twitter account, DM me there. But right now I'm focused on this, sweetie. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an ass, but kind of like this is the main talking point. Fuck, what was I saying again? Damn it. Didn't distract. So essentially, like, fuck you, Discord. Lose track so easily. I'm such an idiot. But essentially, what he's saying is like basically like there's gonna be certain games where the graphics just isn't all there. No, honey, you're fine. I'm not mad. You're good. I love reading chat. I'm not mad. It's just when it comes to talking about a topic and then someone interjecting with basically as your kind of were doing was, hey, I'm an artist. Would you be interested in my stuff? I have no problem talking about that, but at another time. It's kind of like, read the room type of situation. No problem talking about that with you, especially if you're serious. That's fine. But this right now, our topic is about talking about the new Steam console, and then we might go into some gaming. And basically, time is precious, and I gotta make sure I cover as much as I can within that time frame, because you can lose people by doing this kind of side stuff. And I'm not trying to derail so much, because I already derail a lot when it comes to my streams. I talk endlessly about almost everything, so that's why. And again, I'm not mad by any means. You're perfectly fine. Just that's all I'm asking. Is just, Fuck, I lost my train of thought again. Think. Brain. Start working. Brain is contemplating. Jimmy Neutron, think. Essentially, there's going to be some games, of course, that you got not going to be able to play perfectly on here. And some games that was going to, even though, like, for instance, the reason why you put up the Borderlands joke there is because Borderlands, even with a lot of like more of the high power graphics cards that some people have in their PCs, the actual port of Borderlands 4 onto PC was not optimized well. It doesn't matter how well the graphics card is, because the actual game was not optimized to handle what was being put and rendered onto screen. The game would still drop in quality and frame rate. It was terrible. I watching people play that game was sometimes horrendously. And again, it was some people were able to handle it fine. Other people weren't. And this is what really hurt the game for its launch, because I'm not sure like what they were exactly doing, but 2K and Gearbox weren't basically moving on this that fast. At least not as fast as to keep the people's attention alive for it, because the actual player base for Borderlands 4 dropped from I think it was like 30,000 at the time when it was first released to having like close to 10K, which for a AAA title game that's as big of a franchise as Borderlands, that's sad. That's really pathetic. Like to have like a almost 70% close to 70% drop off of your player base because of your inability to actually optimize your game, that sucks. You should be lambasted for that. It's kind of like what happened to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was filled with so many different like glitches and problems that like it basically tanked their player base in the first few days. And what was even worse is the fact that the actual critics weren't allowed to talk about this on its initial release. Like when they actually had a chance to play the game prior to its release, they had to sign a confidentiality agreement to basically say like you cannot tell them of anything other than just like your experience with the game, as like, did you have fun? Like, how were the missions? Did you like the game? Did you like the story and the gameplay? And that's what's kind of pissing me off, is that more companies are trying to get people to sign these agreements. You'd be like, you can't talk about our game outside of this spectrum. And I'm like, why? Is it because your game isn't running to the extent you want it to be, that it's not ready? If the game's not ready, you should probably talk with the managers and the execs that, hey, maybe we need a bit more time to work on our game. And if it's forcefully released because they have a schedule to meet, it's unfortunate, but, I still think it's always a good idea to try to push for extended time. I always go back to Cuphead. Cuphead is a great example of a game that essentially the development team kept telling Microsoft, kept telling their managers, hey, we want to make this game we want to make sure this game runs perfectly, and with a game like this, with the actual traditional hand 2D drawn out style and the movements of the game and the gameplay, they needed to make sure the gameplay was as close to flawless as they could. So they had to push that game back a year, 2 years, and then months, and then weeks. The game's original launch was, I believe, 2016. the game got pushed back all the way to 2022, I think. That's a 6-year difference. But because of that time they were given, and because they kept dedicating themselves to making sure the game was as pitch perfect as they could, the game was praised all hell and back. I don't remember what awards it won in the Game Awards when it was during that time, but I'd imagine like Cuphead, like it's just another example of like of when you give the time for developers to do their job, and if you're really passionate about your project and you have the talent and you have the skills, you can make it. You can make a game that's worthwhile. And I think there's so many examples of that people tend to forget. Again, like I go back to No Man's Sky. The game came out as a horrendous crap shoot, and then the team went radio silent and did nothing but work on the game for over like a year. And when it came back, they came out with new updates, fixing a lot of the bugs and issues that they had priorly with the game, giving more and more of an expansive story, more mechanics to pre-built in. They kept at all their new updates, all their new add-ins, all their new DLCs have been free since that point. They have not charged for dick. That's amazing. And that game started to sell gangbusters after that. Sure, it goes on sale every once in a while, but like people are still willing to shell out the $60 to $50 for a and I think now close to a 6-7 year old game. That's a win in my book. And again, there's no better example of that than the creators of The Witcher and the creators of Cyberpunk. Like both those games were released in bad states. What did they do afterwards? They started working and developing on the games. They started fixing a lot of the problems. They started fixing a lot of issues. And then people started... Because you can have a great narratively driven character world build game, but if you can't play the game, if you're incapable of actually enjoying the game because of the actual like bugs or the fact that you can't even move from your spot, this is going to destroy the game. But if you fix those bugs and take care of them, people can now look at the world as like, oh, wait, I didn't notice that there was actually like a whole nother side to this game that I didn't see before. I'm like, right, because you were so fixated on the bugs, on the glitches, on the fact that you couldn't even swing your sword without having the game crash. That's something I think companies like Bethesda and BioWare could take to heart and actually do for their games. But that's a whole nother story.
And we saw that on display with Cyberpunk running in the demo room at these settings. Valve says to expect about 6 times the performance of the Steam Deck. Now, I was a little surprised to not see an SoC with shared memory, but apparently the decision to go for discrete CPU and GPU came down to balancing cost, power, size, and performance, and also they just didn't feel like they needed to.
And that's understandable. And I also kind of agree with that statement, is the fact that you will need to basically divvy out all these things. You if they really wanted to, they could have just made a super high performance console, well, PC as a console. They could have totally done that. But in doing so, that means getting the best parts of everything you can, from the processor to the CPU to the graphics card, in this one casing. And if you have a design, there are compromises you have to make in the idea of like, okay, we want it to be a cube. Okay, well, that doesn't always sound realistic to the parts we have. We're going to have to make some changes then and make sure the actual, maybe we can't use this type of like actual like this high-end processor. It won't be able to have as much memory as we originally wanted. You know, things like that. You have to make compromises to make sure you get the vision you want. And sometimes you might not even get this might not even have been the complete vision they wanted from the beginning. This could have been just like a and who said it best? I don't remember. I think it was Bungie, that a director from Bungie who said this on Halo 3. He essentially said, when talking about the designing team and the development team, the people who were in charge of designing the elites, you know, the characters, the models and everything, versus the people designing the world and the actual guns, right? The weaponry, how everything functioned. And essentially what he said was, we had so many different moments where we had to come together and talk about like what was feasible for us to do, that at the end of the day, we all kind of agreed that the best balance is when both sides are not happy. Essentially meaning the fact that both sides had to compromise to essentially say, hey, I can't have my giant like monster elite show up at this moment. And I'm like, well, I can't animate that, so maybe we should just compromise and take that one mob out, but we can see about adding in some sort of reference to it or something like that, right? It's the idea of two people coming together and like, I may not get everything I want, but I got almost everything else I did. I may not leave super happy, but I'll leave content. And that's probably what that's what Valve had to do with the system too, is understand if we want to have the practicality of having this system be this size and act as an actual functioning console, we might have to pull back on some of the things we originally wanted. That also being price as well.
And I guess Valve was right, because they nailed this thing. Compared to a more traditional ITX small form factor machine like the OG Steam Machine reference design.
Yeah, look at the size difference between that. You can actually see the port for the fans and actually going in versus the Steam Machine.
See that it's a lot.
This is why I really like Linus's video, because he actually goes into like a bit more of an actual scale differences, like, because that's the original Steam Machine. I believe he says the framework essentially a framework desktop is essentially one of those compact computers that's small and it's used for like, a multitude of other things, but it's not as powerful as I don't want to seem like, it's my PC's more powerful than it, but I would argue probably
Smaller. More on par with a highly integrated design like something like the Framework Desktop.
Yeah.
Investment disclosure. Like the Framework Desktop, Valve allows customization of the front panel using these magnetic plates, and they're going to provide the CAD files so you can put whatever your heart desires on here. They even had a machine in the demo room with an e-ink display that was showing system vitals. Pretty darn cool. But
I did think that was pretty cool. I really like that. I think that's very neat. I do like the fact that they're adding like, because, people like the sticker bomb and like, give like, Xbox used that for the 360 because the actual faceplate used to be able to come off. So you could actually take off the plastic faceplate for the Xbox 360 and replace it with another that they were selling. And it was always pretty cheap. So you can have kind of give your own console its own personality. I remember my original one, the 360 I first had, I replaced it because I was really big into Gears of War. I took the faceplate off, put up Gears of War, and had these stickers from when I first bought Gears of War 2, and I just put it everywhere all over the console. So I was like, yay, look at my own Gears of War console system.
unlike the Framework, it has a programmable RGB strip in the front that could be used to personalize your style or maybe show a progress bar while you switch your TV input and wait for your game to be downloaded. The sky's kind of the limit. The front of the device has a power button, micro SD slot, 2 USB 3 5 gigabit per second ports. Then the rest of the I/O is in the back, where you'll find 2 USB 2 Type A ports, a USB-C 10 gigabit per second port, no display port on there, that is worth noting.
Okay.
Gigabit Ethernet, power in for the integrated power supply. Good gravy, this thing is compact. As well as an HDMI...
It's crazy. Like I said, I don't know how long they took the time to develop this actual console, but the fact that they were able to get it to this size, and if from what people are talking about right now, that have actually like had it hands-on, like had actually had this, was actually able to play this hands-on in their actual studio, and they're saying like it's, and again, they could be incentivized to, but to me, it's one of those things where like, because of Valve's reputation, because how willing they are to basically be upfront with their both player base and consumers, I gotta imagine that they wouldn't basically tell, no, you have to make sure you say like the the corporate approved things. No, I truly believe when these people do something, I can at least like have it on good faith that like, okay, so this system is gonna be powerful. It is gonna be able to play a lot of the games that probably my PC either couldn't or at least could play, but with like less graphics. Like maybe like I have to notch down the resolution. I probably won't be able to have ray tracing on, things like that.
2.0 and DisplayPort 1.4 port. It is worth noting that HDMI 2.0 port, they have tested it at HDMI 2.1 speeds, but there are a couple of features that are not implemented, so they can't call it HDMI 2.1. Also at the back, we have a large 120mm cooling fan that draws air from both the intake on the bottom that comes up through the power supply, as well as the large heatsink on the front.
Wow, so I think it's gonna be cool as fuck.
We're gonna crack this thing fully open in a sec, but first, I wanna talk about the Steam controller. No, not that Steam controller, the new one.
I will say the first Steam controller design I was not a big fan of. I really didn't like this, like...
Talk about the Steam controller. No, not.
Yeah, I really didn't care for these weird like soft path indents. I understand, and people kind of described to me, but I just wasn't a fan. Not only that, but the location of the actual button layout, that just feels so unnaturally uncomfortable to me. Like having to like kind of like smush my fingers more in, and so this way I can actually tightly press the buttons. I like having the actual buttons up top, and I know the soft pads can work to that same function, but I don't know. I like actually having the ability, the idea of I'm pressing down on something rather than have a sensitive touch to indicate I'm pressing something, you know?
That Steam controller, the new one, with the exact same name.
Now, it looks like what they did was an inverse. They made the actual controller here be like a regular controller, but they moved the actual soft touch pads down here. Now, that's not a bad idea. My thing is the fact that now this thing looks too bulky. Now it looks like I'm holding like basically, the separately sewed Switch. I'm saying Switch 1 because I don't know Switch 2. I don't know what they got for the Switch 2. But the Switch 2 had like its separately sewed like controller case where you can attach the small nunchucks to, and it's like a controller. The problem was it gave it this big rectangular shape that just felt awkward to use and play. Eventually, I just decided to buy a gamepad for the Nintendo, and I use that instead if I'm not using the actual like the small little handhelds.
Before you ask, yes, I made my case to Valve that this is unnecessarily confusing. No, they're not going to change it. The good news is Valve learned a lot from the first Steam controller, and this appears to be their most complete offering ever. To be fair, the original was really cool. I mean, it made non-controller games finally playable from the couch, thanks to their innovative haptic touchpad. They also unlocked novel input schemes.
Again, I understand the point of the actual touchpad. I just didn't care for it. I guess that's kind of shows me as a console gamer more so than anything. But I like the feeling of actually pressing down a button to actually know that the controller is responding to me that way, rather than actually just using the touchpad. I don't know. Again, it's possible it's just me.
With gesture control or like swiping with momentum. But they also turned off a lot of folks due to their deficiency of traditional.
But you can't even just say it's traditional. Like, come on, Linus, let's be real. That's uncomfortable. Those buttons being laid out so close to the thumbstick like that, like, sure, could you get used to it? 100%. But the very concept of like having the thumbstick and the buttons put so close together in the middle spot rather than the traditional spot of being up to the sides, it's just so uncomfortable. Sammy, my bad. I was making dinner. I gotcha. Okay. Oh, hit the wrong thing.
Well, that's solved now. The Steam controller is everything that is great about the controller on the Steam Deck, but usable when your Steam Deck is in docked mode, or with your Steam machine, or with...
Oh, they actually also have buttons in the back for actual, like, extra, like, so... I've actually originally didn't care for using the actual button layouts in the back for extra movability for games, but I recently picked up COD Battlefield 7 because it was on Game Pass, and because my roommate and his friends have been playing that like crazy, I was like, well, I want to play too, so I got it. And legitimately, like, the two buttons defaulted to being the sliding, crouching, and the jumping. And it just feels so much better to have these buttons in the back to do things. Because sometimes having to switch between the thumbstick, my thumb being on the thumbstick so I can turn the camera and melee, and then quickly have to press B to crouch, it's just so much easier. It frees up so much extra time for like quicker movement and quicker like reaction. So I'm really glad that this controller has a built-in buttons in the back, so this way I can actually like select that I want these buttons to do these actions, basically like the crouch, the jump, maybe even the melee. So this way I don't have to focus on like hitting the thumbstick and stuff.
Any other PC investment disclosure? On the surface, it offers up a conventional ABXY button layout with a PlayStation-style symmetric joystick.
That's gonna confuse the fuck out of me. Oh wait, no, it's correct. Oh, I could have sworn the actual layout was different. Maybe they changed it. I remember seeing an image that someone shared on X where the Y button was actually located where the X was, and the X was up in the Y. And I was like, that's gonna be confusing. I'm like, yeah, it is gonna be confusing. But no, it's how it is in the Xbox too. So I guess maybe not.
Design that will work seamlessly out of
I
the
wonder if
box.
that image is fake now. Were they get trolled? I'm hoping I didn't.
Basically any game. The trackpads have been repositioned to better accommodate the arm's natural position while holding a smaller device compared to the wider Steam Deck. And all of
That's actually something I'm not gonna I got used to it with the Switch. It's not that hard to get used to the actual wideness. And I actually recently picked up the Backbone for my phone. And I would say that was more hard to get used to than the Switch. Because in the Backbone's case, like in the Switch's case, it's a lot like the actual Steam Deck, where it's one laid out brick. When it's one long laid out like rectangle. And it's like a screen you're on, like almost like a tablet. On the Backbone's case, it's like basically the two handles of a console you stretch open and you put the phone in the middle. So while it still has that elongated stretch, having the fact that I'm like holding an actual console controller with a screen in the middle felt like a little uncomfortable in the beginning. I got used to it, but that still doesn't take away the fact that that felt more unnecessary than what this is.
the usual Valve buttons are included. A Steam button for opening the menu, their quick access button for bringing up the SteamOS overlay, 4 rear programmable buttons. The face buttons are satisfying with a nice amount of resistance, and the D-pad has been tuned from the Steam Deck for better feel. It feels okay to me, but I only got a couple minutes with it before Valve.
My thing is, like, I really want to know how well the actual RB and the RT, like the actual, like, the RT, RB, LB, RT buttons on the back, because sometimes those can be very, like for instance, like third-party controllers for like the Xbox. Like, I typically don't like those because they're usually a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Pushing down feels so much like more quick in a sense. Like it feels like it kind of forces you to like put a little bit more pressure on it than that of a traditional Xbox controller. The Elite is a completely different beast. Like, I would say the Elite is an amazing controller and I love it. I still don't think it's worth the money they asked for. Especially now with the Series 2. The fucking Elite controllers, I just don't... There's not enough there for me to say it's functionally better. Like, way better than the traditional controller. I like the fact that the controller is customizable to an extent. I do like the fact that the actual... They allow you to replace the traditional cross D-pad versus for the 360 kind of like D-pad function. So this way it's a lot easier to like land. For instance, for me, it's a lot easier to land combos on fighting games. The triggers feel nice. The RB buttons syncing well, and the button layouts on the front, like they're very sensitive to touch, but you get used to it because you don't want to slam down those buttons because you can get stick and jammed. But I just don't think it's worth the $149 price up because like the traditional controllers used to be $60, now $70. The Elites have gone from $149 to $159, and then the Series 2 went up to $179 altogether. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think Xbox should be charging that much. I think the Series 1 should at least go down to like 100 to maybe even 90. But again, that's just me.
Blew my mind. The joysticks are next-generation TMR or tunneling magneto-resistant joysticks, boasting superior accuracy and durability even compared to Hall effect joysticks. And the controller has been designed from the ground up for a superior gyroscopic aiming or mousing experience with capacitive thumbsticks and even capacitive grips, so you can configure your gyro to enable or disable depending on whether you put your thumb on the stick or even by simply loosening your grip. Say to...
Oh my god, I fucking love that. Okay, so I am the type of person who fucking grips the shit out of his controller, especially if I'm playing like something like COD or Apex Legends, especially like when I'm playing Apex Legends, because I try so hard in that game. I am the traditional, like, I'm leaning on my chair forward, like gripping my controller tightly into my arms. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna win, and I die basically. But my controller, like, I tighten it so much that on reflex, my thumb like hits the thumbstick, or I accidentally hit the trigger, or I accidentally move my movement gets like jolted because like how much I'm gripping the controller. It actually hurts me because it does that. And again, this is why I go into the Elite controller. The actual grips on the Elite controller are a lot more friendly to me because my hands are naturally sweaty, and the plastic on these controllers are terrible. That to the point where they actually like kind of like almost slip off sometimes. So when I'm gripping it too hard and my hands get sweaty, it like just kind of slides up a bit, or my fingers slide off or something. In the case of the Elite controller with the actual like the grooves of the grips, even though my hands are sweaty and even though I'm gripping the controller, it feels like I don't necessarily need to grip that. Like it's almost instinctual. I don't need to grip that hard because my hands feel nice and adjusted to the actual feeling of the controller. And if that's what they got going on here, especially with the button layout in the back, that's amazing for me. Specifically for me. It's again, what's this? No problem, mate. I was waiting. Well, interesting talk. I like gaming, and it's all he's talking about. Oh, thank you. ABT gaming console. Well, I can't. Well, can you do me one favor? That's what she said. Anyway, what's up, Sam? Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the talk, sweetie.
To recenter and then reactivate gyroscopic aiming. They had a great demo with Bellatro showing how you can use the game's built-in controller compatibility like a pleb, or hear it out.
Hey! I feel called out. I feel hurt. Fuck you, Linus. Fuck you and your double earrings.
Trackpads with the right from.
If you're gonna wear earrings, don't wear the hoop earrings. If you get that, I'm so scared to get my ear pierced specifically because hoop earrings are so adorable, like even the smaller ones. But I fucking am so frightened because I wear hairpins in my hair to hold my hair back because I have long hair now, and the smallest thing can get caught, can grab the hairpins. Like when I'm going on my jog, like if there's like a low tree branch, and even though I duck, it grips of the hairpins and it can hurt when it pulls out. I have a fear of that doing to the same thing with earrings. This is why I refuse to get my ears pierced and ever wear hoop earrings. If I ever get my ears pierced and I wear any type of earrings, they're gonna be just the typical studs. Like that's it. Maybe I'll get some like nice like little diamonds. I don't know how flamboyant gay I want to be with it. But fuck hoop earrings. Ugh. Ever since I saw, if anyone ever saw the movie The Punisher, the first one, like that guy was pierced out to like completely on his lips, on his ears, even he had some on his eyes. And the torture scene afterwards, I was cringing to no end. The fact that he like withstood all, I mean, he cried like a bitch, but he didn't like give it frank. But still, like afterwards, seeing his bloody face and mangled ears, I was like, I never want to get my ears pierced in my life. Oh my God. Let's go server link. Thanks for the help. Appreciate it very much. Replying here is a mix. Hey, how's it going, Brutal? Doesn't have one, but could make someone do it. Doesn't have what? Why don't I have?
Movement, and the left one split down the middle for left and right click. Or, hear me out again, gyro mouse using the face buttons for clicks. And if you don't care about gyro aiming, these capacitive inputs are all remappable as well, opening up a whole world of possibilities. Let's go even deeper. In addition to the haptic, texture-like feedback that you know and love from Valve's previous touchpads, the Steam controller has been upgraded with large rumble motors for better immersion and a large battery that they claim should be good for 35 hours in the most demanding applications.
Holy shit, really? 35 hours. Also, I know some people don't like to play with the rumble feature especially for FPS games because they say that the rumble actual feature actually harms them when they play like a game like Apex or COD or Battlefield. I love the rumble feature because it actually gives me, because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm getting shot by someone, the indicators on the actual screen that are telling me, hey, this person's hitting you from this side on the upper right hand corner. That's where the indicator of the hit fire is being targeted. That shit sometimes fucks me over because it can actually trick me into making me think I'm being hit from one side, but actually I'm being hit by another. But that's probably me. That's probably just me being stupid and not realizing the actual area or distance I'm being hit from. But with the rumble feature, it allows me to give a quick idea, fuck, I'm getting hit hard right now. I have to either find cover or find a method to like basically turn over and fire at this person so hopefully I can kill them before I die. And so I play with the rumble feature a lot when it comes to FPS games. I think it's a great handy tool, specifically for me, because how tightly I'm using the controller and how often, I don't know, that's why it's one of the reasons why it's kind of hard for me to get really into PC gaming when it comes to this mouse pass and the mouse and keyboard. One, I'm not good at remembering the button layout I have for like whatever, like basically my grenades, my my other like things, like basically if you like playing a game, like let's say for instance you're playing Splinter Cell, to bring down the fucking night vision or something. Like again, I'm not good at remembering that stuff on the keyboard and mouse because I didn't really distinctly grow up with keyboard and mouse as my main controllers per se. Again, most of the actual times when I actually played MMOs, I actually had a separate system. Razer, my friend gifted me. It was like one of my favorite things he ever gave me. It was a Razer accessory that essentially had it so this way it had a separate button layout for your fingers. So this was actually a lot more compact, and it had like 8 buttons on the bottom, like 5 buttons at the top, and essentially a sensory button on the side. And I used that thing for all my MMOs and for League of Legends. It was a dream. It was easy to toggle, and it was easy to use. I know a lot of people tell you should probably learn how to do macro better, but I never did. This is why I'm kind of a bad League player overall. I'll stay gold and stay platinum for the rest of my life, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, so I need the rumble feature, and I really like that as a component for this controller. My only thing, and I'm hoping he goes into it, is are we getting the controller, this specific controller, along with the Steam machine, or is that going to have to be a product sold separately? Because I know the Steam controller has the added ability to basically play games on its own. Like it has its own, I forgot what exactly was said, but I believe the Steam controller has the ability to play, like you can just attach it. I think maybe it's a feature of like Bluetooth where you can just connect to your console, to your PC regularly and play Steam from there. Maybe that's what they meant. But I want to see.
But I haven't even talked about the best part. If you've ever gamed over Bluetooth, you know that it can be inconsistent at best.
Yeah, it can. It can. I typically don't like using wireless for that reason. Like I actually have a wireless mouse, and I've been thinking about going back to a wired one because how often either A, I'll lose connection, or B, the battery will just get drained so fast from it. And so I've been just thinking about, and again, I use when I'm not playing with a headset, or I'm playing like online for streaming for you guys to use my headset, I use a wired Xbox controller. Reason being is because one, the Xbox controller wireless, while it's great and I have never lost connection, this thing drains battery life like nobody's business. Like the amount of Duracell batteries I've gone through is insane. In just like in like a kind of like a week alone. And people's like, we just don't play as much games or, get rechargeable ones. The problem is I don't know what the hell happened, but I used to get Energizer rechargeable batteries. They don't hold a charge anymore. Like I bought a new pack of Energized rechargeable batteries about a year ago, and they already can't hold a charge past like 2 hours. I couldn't understand. Maybe I got some defective ones, but my roommate has the same problem. He picked up a pack like about a year and a half ago, and they already can't hold a charge sufficient enough to like for him to like not need to like switch them out within the next like few hours. They just can't, and I don't know what's going on, what happened with that. But yeah, I'll just buy regular Duracell now, or I've been thinking about just like. And just continually using a wired one when I play video games, not myself, and when I do online stuff or do stream, I'll just use the wireless.
Valve solution? The puck. Every Steam controller comes with a wireless dongle that clips magnetically.
It's got a little dongle. No, censor that. It's showing its dongle. Why would you say? Is that actually what's called, the dongle?
To the Steam controller using a couple of nice, strong alignment magnets.
Okay, that's a...
And it uses a proprietary 2.4 gigahertz wireless interface.
Wait, did that just snap in so easily?
And it uses a
magnets.
proprietary 2.4 gigahertz wireless interface that Valve claims is good for about 8 milliseconds end-to-end latency and offers up superior resiliency when you're using multiple controllers.
That's fast. Holy shit, the input, there will be almost no input delay then by that point.
It allows 4 controllers per puck, so that's not as good as the Xbox dongle, which can do 8, but Valve has tested up to 4 pucks on a single system for a maximum of 16 players, meaning that you're probably going to run out of seats on your couch before you run out of controller compatibility. The last Chef Kiss on top is an IR emitter that's cozied up beside the power LED to help you find your controller when you're in VR. I love it. Now let's get back to the...
I could easily make my boyfriend make Dulla a Discord server. I've been thinking about making a Discord server. The problem is, while I have over 100 subscribers and I do get like a good amount of views on my stuff, I love the fact that you guys come and talk. I love the fact that like I get the viewership I do, and I do like the fact that you guys are here watching my stuff. The problem is, I'm not good at always remembering to interact with everyone or talk to everyone, and plus, I don't really know how to run or manage a server. I just don't have the I don't have I'm insecure about like a lot of things, and there have been too many things I've heard just from people who do have Discord servers of like what gets put on there, what gets talked about. You have to be so vigilant when it comes to that stuff, and honestly, I don't know. So I'm still kind of like in between with that concept. Yeah, I'm still just kind of in between with that concept of like doing it.
Steam Machine who got naked while we were busy. Oh.
What did he say?
Now let's get back to the Steam Machine who got your controller when you're in VR. I love it. Now let's get back to the Steam Machine who got naked while we were busy. Oh
my fucking god, Linus. You're such a dweeb. You're such a fucking nerd, Linus.
Oh, you. While Valve is...
Stop it! Stop it! God damn it, Linus. Yeah. Also, Linus has been doing this for years. I think he's had his channel for close for like 2 decades. Close, oh, not 2 decades, but like close to it. Like he's been doing YouTube for like, I want to say 14 to 15 years. He still looks quite young. I think he's in his late 30s now, but he still looks good. Like I've seen some YouTubers that like got started around his time. They look like they've aged, but Linus still looks like he's maintained his good youthful nature. We'll turn Doji into an admin. Stop it! No! Don't give him the power.
Was to build something that is zero hassle. Grab in game for the non-tinkerers. They really were laser focused on a console-like experience with quick suspend and resume and modern standby so that your games are already updated when you sit down to play. They also...
I'm sorry, you doing that, Linus? You're probably like trying to get a feel for it, but I really would prefer if you actually showed more gameplay of you doing things like, of course, like, I don't know, maybe you can even fight like, let's say like AI bots, but like maybe playing something like Overwatch or Fortnite just to see how actually smooth the gameplay is, how well the frame rate is. You showing me that doesn't really tell me much.
When you sit down to play.
Holy crap, Linus's UNC status on YouTube. UNC. UNC, United Nations cock? His cock is owned by the UN? I don't know what that stands for. I'm sorry.
They also fully acknowledge...
It's a new term. It's a new term? The fuck does that mean? Like a new term on YouTube, or a new term that like Zoomers and stuff have come up with? Uncle. Oh my, it is. It's a new term the Zoomers and the freaking Gen Zers came up with. Okay. I'm gonna lay this out right now. I hate a lot of Zoomer language. When Ham first started showing the scenes way back when, I hated that abbreviation. Goated I was okay with. I do like, you know, Gooner, and I think that's kind of, I think some of the actual jokes are funny. But like when I first heard Riz, when someone told me the word Riz, I was like, the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you got Riz. I'm like, what the fuck is Riz? Like Twizzlers? And like, no, you have Riz, charisma. And I stared at them. I'm like, why the fuck don't you just say that? No one hates the word Riz more than my roommate. My roommate. Shut up! You know I'm insecure about being a millennial. My generation sucks. But like, no one hates the word Riz than my fucking roommate. When I first explained to him what Riz was, he went basically literature teacher on me and explained why the actual abbreviation of charisma to Riz makes no sense as a concept. I can't really explain it as well as he did, but he went on this tangent just describing how like every Gen Z Zoomer right now is retarded. And he does this with anytime I talk about any of the new like when I told him like Skibbity, no cap, Dula got the Riz, no cap, a fleek of the sauce. The thing you just said to me fills me with so much rage and just hatred right now that I want to kick a chicken. That's a reference that I don't think anyone's gonna get.
Knowledge that there are folks out there, guilty, who are tinkerers, and they've come up with an ingenious design for this thing that allows it to cater to both audiences. In advance,
which is nice. I do like the fact that literally they made it so this way you can actually fuck with the actual system to potentially add either more like for instance, like I've heard they made it so this way you can actually slot out the RAM, replace some components with it. You can't probably replace everything, but I heard you can replace quite a bit of components in this new little system, which is nice. I do like that. Like for instance, Nintendo doesn't want you to touch their console at all. To the point where if they find out that you try to fuck with that console, try to add like free games, like basically try to break it so this way you're able to like download free games on there, they will brick your system. I blame Gen Alpha. What the fuck is Gen Alpha?
no, you're not going to be swapping out the BGA soldered processors. But what you can do is upgrade the storage with next to no hassle to a 2230 or larger 2280 sized M.2 drive. And while we couldn't go that deep today, Valve also confirmed that the memory uses standard SODIMM slots.
Ooh. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They made it so this way, like, they're using the more, like, universal, like, because, like, RAM has, like, different, like, depending on the RAM, there's different types of actual, like, slots you can actually fit it to, and not everyone uses, like, the same type. Like, I actually don't know what mine uses, but I really do like that they're basically went for the universal slot, so this we can actually either add additional or replace current ones in your system. And again, that's coming from a team that thinks like they think like the people who are going to purchase their system. They don't think here's a product, use it as like it is intended to. They give you a system and like here it's basically like the best example I can give is like a DM for Dungeons & Dragons. You have a DM who worked hard in creating a story that he wants his players to follow, not understanding that there's going to be a few players who are going to want to go off the beaten path, who are going to want to, like, you know, talk to this NPC, who are going to want to kill the NPC you probably have for the quest originally, yada, 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 versus a DM who fully understands that these people are probably going to say, hey, I want to drink this fireproof spell so I can go fuck that flame astronaut. You as a DM have to be willing to adapt to your players. And that's kind of how I see Steam. Steam is willing to and understand that they have to adapt with the people who are going to purchase their console. And that's something I can hold in high respect for Steam. Bro, you don't know. That's actually funny. Gen Alpha is the new generation. It's actually started in 2012 or so, just ended last year. Every baby born in this... All right, Gen Beta. Yeah, I heard even fucking newscast. My mom was watching her news, her noticias. She was sitting on the couch watching there, and like she straight up goes me and asks me in Spanish, Dula. I'm like, what's up, Mom? She goes like, what is beta? I'm like, what? Is like the caster was saying like, and the new generation beta is like starting to see a revisal in this thing. I'm like, beta? The fuck is beta? And I start like sounding the word out. I'm like, beta? And she's like, yeah, that. I'm like, beta. That's the term they're using for this new generation. And the newest happened. She's like, yeah, what was yours called? And I'm like, millennial. And she's like, okay. What was the next one called? And I go, I think Z. And she just kept asking me what's the next generation. I was like, I don't know. I love her mom. She's old school Hispanic, and she does stuff like that all the time. She's like saying, "What is this?" I'm like, "How do you pronounce this in English?" I'm like, "Guacamole." And she's like, "Ah, okay. Yes, I see." Isn't beta the term for daughter? In what, Spanish? No. It's, if you want to refer to your son in Spanish, it's hijo. If you want to refer to your daughter in Spanish, it's hija. It's basically the same word and used in different phonetic terms, because Spanish really focuses on phoneticism for the sexes. So there's a different abbreviation for how you say those words, for male and female in that sense. So you have hijo and hija and hija. I'm not great at pronouncing words. I'm not fluent in Spanish by any means. Can't wait for Gen Sigma male. No, because then all the babies are gonna be like, picture this: when a woman, like, gives birth to a son, it's gonna be instantly a fucking Sigma Chad. So he's gonna have the chiseled jaw, the 5 o'clock shadow, the sharp eyes, and already smoothed hair. Her mother's gonna freak out. This baby's gonna be born with a 6-pack initially. He's gonna look like Joey Swole on, like, after leaving the gym. Do you want women to go through that, seeing all their children having the chiseled, like the Squidward, handsome Squidward face? She's like, yes, mother, wah, mother, wah. Actually, you know what? They wouldn't even cry. They'd be like, just like give them the nose, like, I can take this. Mother, provide me your tits. I wish to drink protein. And he's flexing and shit. What would the women look like? Sigma women. I guess they would look like what is that character called? I'm trying to remember the name. If anyone remembers My Hero Academia, the bunny girl, like her, they look like her. You know, I'm actually gonna, what the fuck? Let's see. My Hero Academia. Why do I forget this character's name? Bunny girl. Boom. There's your Sigma woman. That's your Sigma woman right there.
Finally, while Valve hasn't actually told iFixit that this product is coming yet, they
Comes out mewing. Stop. Beta is determined Indian language for child. Oh, okay, that's nice. I didn't know that.
did say that they're hoping to continue their partnership that they've had on the Steam Deck, making replacement parts available for end users. Awesome.
That's amazing. Again, high respect to Valve. I mean, that's good that you looked it up. I just completely didn't. But again, that's high, and I think I'm actually gonna end it off right here with that last bit, because I want to go into talking about essentially the price point, which is next. And I think Linus did a good job. I really liked what he went into and talked about it, and he fit it all in a nice 14-minute long video. He kind of the opener was kind of him going through the idea of everything about the Steam, but then he started off strong, which is for the next 10 minutes just talking about the actual device itself. I wish he would have given a little more time, but I liked what he talked about. But yeah, so that's the price of the original one. Let's talk about the specs. Okay, so this is where things get a little tricky when it comes to the price, because it was recently found out about 2 days ago that Valve confirms the Steam machine won't have any subsidiary prices. And what that means is a subsidy is a financial benefit provided to the government or organizations to help reduce cost, encourage specific activities, or achieve broader social or economic goals. So because of that, Valve is essentially pricing this how they would price it without any actual governmental or other organization assistance. So because of that, the price may not be as low as many people wanted. And honestly, I looked at that and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And people are like, what do you mean? It's a console. I'm like, it's not so much a console as just another form of a PC. It's, the IM5 means it's going to be a console. It's going to be like 2,000. I don't think it's going to be 2,000. I don't think so. I highly doubt they will charge. I don't. My PC wasn't even $2,000, and honestly, I still overpaid for this thing. Like many places like Walmart, Best Buy, Alienware, like companies like Alienware, Acer, they charge an exorbitant amount for their pre-built PCs. More so than most people who build PCs tell you that they should be. This is why many people tell you don't buy pre-built, because not only will pre-built like set you back even more funds that you would if you actually built it yourself, but also because a lot of the actual additives that the actual companies like that are selling it, you know, the retailers, they overcharge because they need a chunk of change too. So while they might buy the system for, let's say, like $800, they'll sell it to you for like $1,500, so they get a profit. Understandable. That's how, like, you know, that's how the process works. But that's essentially what you have to deal with when you're buying pre-built. Unless you do like third party, like Newegg, they're usually pretty reasonable, but they still have to charge your chunk of change. And plus, you have to go through the process of actually waiting longer for Newegg products. I used to shop at Newegg. The first PC I ever built with my brother's assistance was through Newegg, and we built a pretty nice ass machine for back in like 2010. The problem was my brother actually went to school for PCs and like for building PCs and like basically working with PCs and stuff. So he understood that. I didn't initially, and I still don't know enough to build my own PC confidently. I think I might be able to do it if I have someone else there with me, helping me decide because I don't really understand perfectly which components work well with others. That's going to take some research, and plus I don't have the funds for it right now. But anyways, so because of this, people are now speculating that the system's going to be well over $1,000. And so let's see. Originally announced November 12th, the upcoming Steam machine, of Valve's latest attempt into making the system that caters to console gamers. Though no pricing or release dates have been confirmed by Valve, the Steam machine is expected to launch sometimes in 2026. The Steam machine is powered by a 6-core AMD processor that can reach clockwork speeds up to 4.8 gigahertz, and will have some degree of customization the users can take advantage of, such as the ability to install other operating systems. The machine, I'm probably going to stay with the Linux operating system, to be honest, because I hear Linux is amazing, and especially after the change Microsoft did to Windows, a lot of people swapped off to Linux. A lot of people swapped off. I know so many people that I like talk with online. I was like, yep, I'm finally changing to Linux. They did it to me. What's your take on the Mazda Miata Low? I like Mazda cars, but I have heard from too many people that Mazda vehicles have issues when it comes to breaking down like certain parts, or like get broken. And because Mazda isn't actually like a vehicle I don't believe Mazda is an American vehicle, so you have to wait extra time to get replacement parts for those vehicles. It's like a Mercedes. Like it's a nice car. They make nice vehicles, but if something should break, you have to wait an exuberant amount of time to get the replacement part, and then for them to fix it. And I've heard too many people tell me that Mazda, in and of itself, has problems with like basically breaking down within like a few years. I drive a Chevy. I drive Chevy. I drive a Chevy Camaro. That car has been amazing. I've had it for, I think, over 4 years now. And I've had no problems with the engine. I've had no problems with the AC, the air coolant. I've had no problems with like the axle. Nothing with the ignition. Nothing with the actual starter. Nothing. No problems. Every time I take that car, they change the oil, they check the tires. Boom, I'm out of there. Car's amazing. I love it. My mom, she drives a Chevy. My brother, he used to drive a Chevy truck. We've never had an issue with any Chevy vehicle we've ever driven at all. So I personally like Chevy. I also like Ram. Rams, that's a good manufacturer to me. I've known a couple of friends, like a couple of old friends from high school, from college. My college years, I hung out with a lot of rednecks who love to go fishing, who love to go hunting, who love to go like basically like mudding and stuff. And they drove a lot of like Dodge vehicles. I recently bought a Lincoln Town Car from the 2000. Oh, Lincoln is amazing. My brother used to own an old Lincoln Town Car. That thing was a boat on wheels. It was insane. But he had like an old 1982 or something like that. So 80s Lincoln car. Huge front end. I couldn't see past that thing. I would never have been able to drive that thing safely. It scared the hell out of me. But he cruised in that thing. He fucking pumped it up. He wanted to be the traditional Hispanic and put some fucking hydraulics on that bitch. He'd go driving through the neighborhood, blaring his fucking music. He'd be playing fucking fucking Bone Thugs, Tupac, Biggie Smalls. He'd be playing fucking Puff Daddy and shit all throughout the neighborhood, all throughout anywhere he drove. That shit would just be. He installed that stereo system. He lived in that car for like a week after he did that. He loved hearing that shit. That shit was annoying to me though. It was embarrassing getting dropped off by school for him though, because he'd like drive up, open up the car door, and you would just hear the huge bass, boom, 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 and like everyone would just turn their heads and they're just hearing like fucking like Bone Thugs be playing in the background. And again, I love me some Bone Thugs, especially back in the day. But like, I don't want to like walk out of a car and like that's what you're hearing, blaring. It's dead silent. Birds are chirping. Kids are walking to school. Like, you know, they're talking about, oh, what'd you do yesterday at school? Oh, yeah, I did this. Oh, yeah, it was so much fun. We played some kickball. And I know you see this fucking Lincoln car drive by. Meanwhile, I'm like sliding in my chair like, oh, my God. Why do you got to do this to me? I go to school here. But anyways, back to this. So yeah, so because of all this factor and the fact that like basically we are still going through the tariffs, people have of course keep bringing that up as a concept. Is like, okay, this is also going to jack the price because the actual components and parts for this are going to be pricey to get for this new console, especially this console that's going to be basically a bona fide PC in a console skin. That people are saying that this thing is probably going to be well over $1,000 to be sold, and honestly, I think yes and no. I think Valve is trying to make sure they sell you a quality product at a extremely reasonable price because they understand if there's any people I'm going to glaze, it's going to be the people over at Steam and Valve who truly want to sell you something that's going to be like worth your while and something at a reasonable price. Now, a reasonable price does not mean they're going to sell it for $500 like they would for right now an Xbox or a PlayStation 5. It's not going to be $500. There's no way in hell it's going to be $500. There's no way in hell it's going to be $600, $700. I think at minimum, it's going to be like around $850 to $900. I think at maximum, they'll try to sell it for you for like $1,000. Now, I can be 100% wrong on that. They could come over here and kick me in the dick right now and be like, fuck you. We're selling this bitch for $1,200. I'm like, okay. Glaze the Chicago Bears. I have no idea where that came from, but okay. But yeah, so let's see what else is gonna be. That's the actual components. That's the format. I think that was everything I basically wanted to talk about with a Steam machine. I guess the last thing is just the fact that like I'm looking forward to this. After everything that happened recently with Xbox, basically changing the adding the additional price for the Game Pass, upcharging all their accessories, their consoles, their controllers. The fact that Xbox for a long time now, I felt like do not care to continue the console war game, that they want to focus on basically becoming a development focused company. That they want to make games and they're putting out an availability to all their what should be exclusive games be played on anything, on Switch, on PC, on PlayStation. I think that's a terrible idea. But I think they think that this is going to be the best way to gain profit. And it really irks me, the fact that they're going this direction for it. Because, well, one, I grew up with Xbox. And I loved a lot of the exclusive games they used to have on their system. Hell, before PlayStation got it like 5 years after the fact, one of the first exclusive games, or I mean it was on PC too, but it was exclusive to Xbox and Microsoft products with like their PCs and stuff, was BioShock. I fucking love BioShock. Halo, of course, was exclusive there. You had the Forza Sports on there. You had the Gears games. You had fucking like some. I believe at the time, because I know some games lost their exclusivity after about a year or two. But I believe, you know, Crackdown. Oh my god, I love the original Crackdown 1 and 2. But they're leaning away from that now, and it's their decision, and I think it's a stupid one. I don't much care for Sony as a company. I think Sony's pretty scummy, and I think there's been too many cases of the fact that Sony does not care to protect your actual like accounts. Sony, out of almost any other company that I know, has been hacked like 5 times in the past decade. And it's just crazy to me how they just still can't find a way to protect your information on their service. Not only that, but Sony continually does this thing what pisses me off, where they will just take off a game or take off a movie as like an actual feature you can purchase, and the moment they do, you lose the ability to actually watch or play that game because they removed it now from their actual their store play. And it's like, well, technically you weren't buying the game from us, you were just getting the ability to have it licensed to you. And I'm like, fuck you. What exactly is BioShock? I only heard, oh my god. So BioShock is an amazing game about a guy named Jack who, while on a plane, it ultimately crashes in the Atlantic Ocean, and he's the only sole survivor. As he starts swimming, thinking that this is going to be an end to him, he sees a lighthouse and he goes to it. Inside, he finds a thing called a bathysphere. He goes inside thinking this is going to take him somewhere he's going to be able to get, like, you know, find help, and it takes him to an underwater city built by a name by Andrew Ryan. This guy wanted to live freely from a world that was being governed by what he saw as the American government, who basically said, like, your talent, your skill, your ingenuity belongs to us, to the Russian government at the time. It belongs to everyone. It's a great, you know what? I think I'm just gonna quickly play the first part of BioShock, the opening. BioShock. Andrew Ryan's speech. Yeah, here it goes. Okay. No, fuck off. Go away. I think this will kind of give you a great, like, conception off the back of what you're in for. So as you're going down the bathysphere, you're seeing this, like, little projector show, and it's telling you about, like, what you're in for going into Rapture.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different.
Essentially, like, he wanted to get away from a place he felt like from the scientists who wanted to develop the next cure for cancer, who was being stifled by the government, by whatever government he was under, whatever regime he was under, the artist who couldn't feel free to paint what they wanted to paint because of restrictions, because of guidelines, things like that. So he essentially made a city called Rapture underwater, where people are free to basically be as creative, be as an engineer, do what they want. Basically, the ultimate, like, I guess, in a short libertarian perspective. There's a lot of heavily inference to Iran and, like, her works, like, fuck, what is that book called? I'm forgetting the name of the book. I read it years ago in high school, but essentially that, and he builds an underwater city, Rapture.
This would not be bound by petty morality.
And essentially the city crumbled because the very concept he wanted to create caved in on itself. When you give people it basically goes into in-depth talking about, like, when you give people the freedom to do as they please, as they wish, you're always going to open yourself up to those people who, yes, will want to do what they wish, and essentially they want to be the ones in charge. They want to be the one to, like, have people underneath their thumb, underneath their boot, the ones who, like, basically are seen as the geniuses of geniuses, the most en regard of artists, things like that. Essentially, the city became the worst case scenario of pure freedom. And you basically have to go through this hellscape to try to find a way out. Bioshock is probably one of the best stories I've ever played. Its gameplay is an FPS. It's an FPS action shooter with a slight horror aspect to it, but I would say the horror is like it's there, but it's not the main focus. The scenarios you're put though are very horrific because the people you're fighting, they're called splicers. They're the people who used this chemical called Atom to imbue themselves with abilities, and they become addicted to it like a drug addict. And basically these people are at the mercy of those at the top, those who have basically taken over Rapture and who want to just basically do what they can to, well, own it. They want to be the next person in charge of They want to take away Ryan's power and become the next head of Rapture. And they'll use almost any means they can to get it. It's a great game. I love it. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. To me, it's on the same level of Dead Space, Amnesia, Dark Souls. It's amongst my favorite games I've ever played and experienced. Bioshock 2 is still good. I like Bioshock 2, but the story felt like it was trying to be too much. It tried recreating the very structure you went through in Bioshock 1, but without a lot of the actual horror aspects, because in the Bioshock 1 game, you fight these enemies called Big Daddies. These big hulking behemoths in these like subnautical suits with drill and rivet guns. In 2, you become the Big Daddy. And honestly, it's cool. I love being the Big Daddy in 2, but because of the weaponry and because of what I am, there's a different feeling of like fear. Because in Bioshock 1, I'm just a normal guy that has the ability to shoot lightning out of his hand because of the Atom. In Bioshock 2, I'm literally the thing I kept fighting. I'm this huge hulking behemoth with its weaponry and the ability to shoot lightning out of my hand. So the fear kind of washed away, but it was still fun. I like the upgrades to the gameplay. I like the ability to kind of like customize and kind of sync up plasmids to use them in like a conjoining effort. I like the abilities to set traps, and I do like the small changes to some of the mini games you have to play, like for instance the hacking. In the hacking in Bioshock 1, it was kind of a mini game you had to play to like send tubes to send this chemical into the tubes to like get the correct hacking you needed. Instead of that, in Bioshock 2's case, they decided to make it a more of a quick time event of you just landing the specific sync you needed to like allow something to get hacked. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, so that's kind of how I think about the Steam Machine. I think it's going to be roughly around $800 to $900. I don't think they're going to try to sell it for anything higher than that, and I can be wrong. I think at most it'll be $1,000, like $999, and at minimum it'll probably be like $80, $49.99 or $89.99, something like that. $89.99. I think it'll be something like that. And honestly, for if the machine works as well as they said, it comes with that controller that still has the ability to like link up and sync up with your like it's able to like hold the information of your Steam account on there as well, kind of working as its own separate storage system. And it's able to come with all these like new ways to like basically swap out components as you see fit later on to upgrade it. I think that type of price would be fair. It all really depends on how the console runs and if there's any like problems with it after its release. I don't think I'll get the console on its release. I think I'll wait to see what happens, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. Because I am really much excited for this console. For this piece of tech. And I basically have the faith that Valve and Steam have done everything they can to make sure this thing goes off with a hitch. But yeah, that's That's the Valve segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually gonna BRB. My dog wants to go outside. I need to use the bathroom and I need a drink too. So I'll be right back. And then when we come back, I think I'll play some games. I'll debate with myself if I want to play some COD for you guys or some Fortnite. Maybe I'll do some Apex. Who knows? Definitely gonna play shooter though. And then after that, next week, I'm gonna be seeing what we can do for topics, and then I'll probably continue my Dark Souls playthrough. So look forward to that, and I'll be right back for you guys. See ya. Okay, I have returned. Sorry about that. Had to use the bathroom. Had to take out the dog, and she was being a bit big of a big old butt. She was like, "I don't want to use the bathroom right now." I'm like, "All right, let's go inside." And she goes like, "No, I don't want. I want to use the bathroom." I decided COD because I haven't actually played at all today. I've been busy doing other stuff. Oh, what we got here? Let's see. Glacier. What exactly is Bioshock? An underwater paradise sounds like heaven space, but it definitely would become exactly what you said. The scenery of the game is the main stuff I've seen. Beautiful. I want to know what your BRB song is. Sounds good. I'll send you the link for that later, because I actually don't remember what my actual BR song is, so I have to like look. Matchmaking. The campaign for this game is stupid. Proving grounds. What the fuck? Let's see. Earn score. Earn leader points. Earning score. Multiplayer players. Climb the leaderboards. Oh, so it's just basically like compete with other people to see where you stack up on stuff. Okay. Oh, you can actually earn stuff. Okay. I don't care. So yeah, I'll have to like look up what song. I have it saved onto my actual like system, like as like an actual file. So I'll see if I can't find it. I'll send you the link on YouTube. I mostly just play Team Deathmatch right now because I'm just trying to level up so we can start playing hardcore Search and Destroy my friend, because he's like Prestige 3 right now versus my Prestige nothing. I'm still 42. Been rocking out a lot with the AK-27. I got that shit to max right now. I don't want to Prestige that right now, but I need to level up the MXR-17 because that's like a lot like the Scar from the previous titles. I need to change this also. Like, I don't actually care for the RK-9 anymore. What was the gun I was using? Fire rate is much better on this, but the damage is pathetic. Should I just wait to... Yeah, because the MPC has as close to damage and has better fire rate overall. The bullet velocity drops, though, for distance. I'm not I'll keep using this for now, the RK-9, until I unlock the other one. Did I not do a lobby? Okay, I did do a lobby. Oh, I should probably like mute these guys. How the hell do you mute entire lobby? Voice lobby. Mute all. Because I won't lie, I don't know what these guys say. I've had I heard the campaign for COD is dumb, makes the old campaigns not make sense. No, so I didn't play Black Ops 4 or 5. I didn't play 4, 5, or 6. Because honestly, I didn't care for Black Ops, and I wasn't playing a lot of Call of Duty either. The last Call of Duty before this one, I got Modern Warfare 2 Remake, because I heard that one was really good. I played it, I thought it was okay, and then stopped playing after a while. And then I tried 3, absolutely hated the actual spawning and the map designs for that one, so I just kind of skipped it. And then every Black Ops after 3 I just felt like was pathetic, so I didn't play it at all. This one I mainly play because my roommate, who like actively like plays COD for both Warzone and originally for DMZ, like he fucking like said, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." I'm like, really? He's like, "Yeah." So like, all right, I'll give it a shot since I have Game Pass and it's basically free. Yeah, that was my fuck up. But yeah, the campaign is absolute fucking shit. I despise the campaign in this game. Now there's someone. Oh, we got a runner, and we have 2 of them.
No, not happening.
So like, fuck, I'm terrible. But yeah, I'm trying to talk because I'm also trying to think of like what to say. The campaign, I tried playing it a little bit. Was literally the campaign is your team is going to some secret like organization to try to stop their new like item, the new item from like releasing, because apparently it's like going to be the most deadly thing ever, and it's essentially fear gas. They're essentially making fear gas, and the entire campaign thus far has been in this like hallucinogenic like drug trip. Damn, he was right next to me too. And it's just literally the first mission I played, giant machetes were being sent from like as though they were like fucking like some sort of missiles. Oh, I killed the king.
Enemy CUAV established overhead.
Damn it! I hate the one hand. But yeah, it's absolute ass. It makes no sense. I hate it. So I just kind of like, I'm playing it though because you can unlock skins for your characters. And I'm like, plus you get achievements. And I can't tell myself I want to start playing more games to actually get the achievements rather than just like not play it at all. Damn it.
Hostile RCXD incoming.
But yeah, so I don't really care much for the campaign in this game. It's fun. I like it. I'm terrible at it, but what's... I heard someone up here. Wish you could kind of shoot to the floorboards. I think there's still someone else up there. Oh shit! Oh!
Save it for the enemy.
No! I was ducking down. I was trying to go prone. Yahoo! Wee! It's a me, Mario. No! No! Oh really? Ah! What? There was a teammate there too, and he was just getting there. No! Don't kill me! Not again! I said not again! I like this map. I will say like this, but like a 50. Oh shit! There's like a 50-50 like split on me with these maps. Some of them are like really good. Others are like really bad. Did he not see me? Oh, okay. Where'd the guy go? Oh, I see.
Assaulting Tango.
Damn! Why? 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 I'm on your team. That's not fair! Oh, look at them cheeks. Look at them cheeks, boy! What? He survived that? I guess I didn't really stick him, though, so that makes sense. Oh, no. Is he still up there? Probably. Be safe to check. Yep, heard some footsteps. Whatever, I got my guy. That's all I wanted. I got my guy.
Skewer release detected.
No, no skewer. No skewer on me, no! Health, health, give me health. Yep, there you go.
Hostile skewer inbound.
No, 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 on me! Okay, thank God. As soon as I get to, like, into the groove, I start doing a little bit better. But then by the time that happens, we lose. No! Yes! I got it right before I died! Fuck you! Ooh, UAV ready. Bitch! Health! Drain me! Drain me life! I heard footsteps, but I didn't know where. Baby, it's cold outside, so dress up in a warm blanket. Heard your footsteps, baby bitch. You should have worn them socks. Level 43, activate! I whiffed that super hard. Whoosh. Whoosh. Right. Oh, there's the guy that killed me earlier. What a bitch. No! Never!
Wake up, Arschloch. I'm on your side.
Yeah, Ash, look. Made you look bitchy. Anyone? 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 Nope. There's a lot of sliding in this game. That's kind of like the meta to kind of like slide before you go into like a you check an error. No! UAV activate.
I need eyes overhead.
UAV perimeter established. Angels 8.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of targets right now. So someone's over here?
UAV fuel check 50%.
Oh, he's camping. Little bitch. Oh. My brain just like for some reason saw red. I don't know why. My eyes tried to trick me. No, 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 no.
Mission timeline over. UAV exiting the area.
Incoming frame.
Damn, my UAV's almost done. I haven't even like seen shit.
Priming Semtex.
Really? I thought I heard footsteps over here.
Hostiles are pulling ahead.
Oh, he's waiting for me.
We've claimed the lead. Widen the gap.
This bitch. This bitch right here. Oh. I gotta perk that basically make it so this so I can see people's footsteps. Because I suck. Like that, see? If I didn't have more health than that guy in that fight, I would have lost. No, we lost. How'd I do? Hey, 23-19. That's not bad. COD or BO6. BO7, actually. It's BO7. It's the newest one. It's, again, it's not bad. I don't hate it. It's fun. My only big complaint I have with it is the meta is essentially sliding, which is preferable than camping, but you have to be really prepared for like a lot of the focused movement on slide and jumping around. It's less chaotic than Apex. It's not as fluid as the wall jumping and running that of Titanfall 2, but it is something, you know. It's something of an improvement to me than the past CODs. Also, I like how the guns actually feel like the weight is behind them. Like when I'm actually using a gun that I have a loaded of attachments to them, like it actually feels heavier. So you have to be very careful. Like, you know, that could actually mess up your. It messes up because like you have to notice like, okay, I'm not going as fast as I was. I have to be more careful because like the actual turn when I'm turning with the gun actually feels like there's a little more weight to it. Let's see, what can I attach onto this now? Do I want to add an optic? What do I got for stock? Hip fire, movement. Ooh, fuck yeah. It's going to improve the hip fire and the movement speed? Damn straight. Do I want to add a actual... I think I would benefit from it. But can I actually... I wish I could look at the actual... fuck, I'll add the reflex scope and see how that works. Also, I also like the fact that you don't have to actually save your progress when you're like working with like changing out the loadout for the gun. It saves automatically when you leave, so I don't have to like be worried about the fact that, like, oh, I wasted time. I couldn't like actually attach what I wanted. I need a better like sight. I'm not a big fan of just the pure red dot on the guns for the reflex scopes.
Eliminate the enemy.
This map is okay. I don't hate it, but like this area I'm going into right now is like king for like camping, like in this spot right here.
The advantage is ours. Hold it.
Someone will try to go around. I know that. Like that. I panic fired. That's why I lost. As you play the maps, you start like, of course, like learning like, okay, you're in this area. Don't camp here because someone's gonna try to go around, try to get you. That time I got you, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. He must be below me. Someone was over there. Damn it, almost got him.
Taking the shot.
Fuck! I kept being like a second too late, so I actually wasn't able to get a proper firing on him. That's my fault. I should have just kept running in there and try to fire. Fuck!
Take it back.
Thank you, teammate. No, wait, no, I think he died too. Ooh! Why? 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 Just why? That scared the shit out of me. Especially since he's playing like the zombie weird ass. Ah! Ah! No! Help me! No man, I'm running. I'm running. No! 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 Not like this! Not like this! Not like this! Leave me alone! Okay, I call horseshit on that one. He's right behind you, isn't he? Yes, he's right behind me, isn't he? It's literally that joke. Oh, okay. Someone died this way. Damn!
Enemy care package detected.
Oh no, they got a care package coming in. Ah! Look at this asshole right here. He pretended to be a dead body. He was like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I wonder if he's still there. Because some people will hold up. I think it's better to move. Nope. Okay, he moved.
Hostile RCXD sighted.
Oh, I must have killed the... Oh, I thought that glass was someone's head. I'm stupid. Your footsteps. Okay, that's team. That's not team. He went this way. Lost track of them now. The footsteps go cold. Huh. Where the fuck did that guy go?
Adaptive engagement logic allows the system to prioritize.
Damn it! I got caught on the wall! No! That's my biggest problem, is I somehow always get caught on a wall somehow. Use his cover. Yep. Damn it! I couldn't finish him off. Please, teammate, tell me you got him. No, I would have gotten the assist. Woo! This is probably one of my favorite maps to play on, aside from the one you saw me play on recently.
Hostile erased.
Yep, someone was there. Ah, got you that time, bitch. Tried doing the same trick again. This way. Or this way? I heard something. Someone using an LMG? Is that what that sound is? He's about to get fucked up. Oh! Oh, no, no, no! Damn! The grenade actually got me, not the actual guy. Ooh, I spawned in that area, though. He wouldn't still be there. Oh, shit, maybe he is. Is he? Damn. Yeah, okay, that's the guy. Whatever gun he's using, it's got to be LMG. That sounds too specific to be anything else.
Hostile cluster grenade.
Huh. Okay, he was still in that area. Bitch! You and your stupid LMG, fuck you. Ah! That's my butt. Oh, it's the guy that killed me. Nice.
Target deleted.
Yeah, see, I don't like the just pure red dot scopes anymore. Damn it! I thought he was gonna slide more. That's why I was like, that's why I kept my gun pointed in that generator.
Hostile care package above.
Incoming cluster.
Damn. Ooh, he's got the scar up. Oh, not scar, RTX. No bang, no bang, no boom. No boom for you. Ah! My team's losing this one again. We're losing this one hard. It's like 20-point difference. Unless like unless the team. Oh my god! Hey, afterlife, baby!
Hostile harp above your station.
Still got him. Still got him. Would he still be hiding there? Yep.
With interest.
Ah! Hot. Damn it all. Thanks for the time, attention, and nice day. Oh, you're so welcome, sweetie. I'm hoping you sent me the DM. I'll try to like see if you did. If not, I'm sure Raven can like tell me about you. Like give me your information, and we can like talk about it. Cause I always do like to have more art for my stuff, especially like all the ideas I have, and I don't always have the time to draw, nor have the skill to. I draw. And I used to draw a lot, but I'm just not as good as I used to be. Because it's just been out of practice so long. Good fire this way. How? How did that even happen? How did I just fuck that up so hard?
You want to explain this to the board?
Ah! Ah! Oh no, I'm in negative now. No, I've died too many times. Why haven't I been using this? Damn it. Yep, that was the last kill they needed. Why does hostile care package above? It kind of sounds like a so essentially it's a large package that could be dropped like a new weapon, something else like a grenade not a grenade launcher, like a launcher of some kind. It's just a utility-based weapon, but because it's being launched from like the high-ass altitude, it makes a large sound when it like comes down, and it hits the ground. Yeah, I didn't go positive that game. I mean, I was one of the best players on my team, but I didn't go positive, so that's saying something. But yeah, I'm gonna discuss. Speaking of, my art friend wants to do art of your channel. I told them to ask you after stream. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Current placement 7. I mean, that makes sense. Behold, I'm Baby Billy. And Crypto the Super Dog. Jet Life Yaks. I don't know how to respond to that. Ike smoked you. Get the fuck out of here. No weapons. So I got this gun to levels 10 now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, like, scope. I definitely want to have a reflex scope, but I want to, like, actually have a... oh, there it is, hollow sight. That's probably what I'll put on. I'll try it out. I gotta remember to hip fire a bit more when I'm actually putting put against my backs against the wall like that. What tack do I have? Tack extra. That's what I have. I should probably change that to gunfighter, which gives me 3 more attachments to my weapon. Damn it! I wasn't able to finish, but it will save the progress I do have. Is Mirage voice actor a VA for COD? I actually don't know. I would imagine so. He's got a good voice. I do like it. I am indifferent about this map. Yep, here it is. That's what I wanted. A hollow scope. I want to get back to playing Apex. My problem is with Apex is the fact that, like, the past season that was happening, I was not a fan. I didn't know what change happened to the actual ranking, to, like, the actual, like, to competitive, but it felt so much more intensive.
Hostile Semtex.
Oh, at least I got the guy before I died. But yeah, the actual matchmaking, like, for it just felt so much more intensive than anything I'd ever. And you know, you'd be like, oh, well, of course it's intense. It's like it's ranked. I'm like, right, but something about it just felt. I kept getting tied with some of the worst players possible, and I felt like I was fighting like high diamonds or something. When I was like, I was finding trouble getting out of fucking gold. Last season, like, yeah, I mean, I gold silver. I was finding so much issue getting out of silver versus gold since after the previous season. That was intense for me. I don't know why. I felt like I had to, like, try so harder to actually win. Okay. And to, like, no avail. Even if I would get a kill or help wipe a team, we'd eventually die from, like, third party or something. And like I said, just for some reason, I kept getting put together with, like, teammates who just felt like they didn't care.
Tango removed.
Damn, there were 2 of them there? But yeah, I definitely want to get back at Apex, because I love Apex. The problem is I just feel like competitively, the game is not... It goes through its phases, where, like, sometimes you can find some of the best people to play with, but I definitely think I need to find a team. I need to find people I can actively play and get better with. If I want to see myself continue playing Apex. If not, I'll just keep playing random shooters and just have fun doing it that way. Like right now I'm playing COD. I'm not really playing it to, like, get, like, amazing. I have no idea what I just did there, but it was not good. Whatever that was, I shouldn't do that again. How dare you, dumbass! You shot your own teammate. Should be someone coming on this way. Yep. My intuition is right! It's not always right, but it likes to be right sometimes. Damn! He was going for headshots, I was going for body shots because I wanted to be more secure. Revenge. Damn it, bitch scared me. Maybe waste a bullet. I got a feeling someone's coming around. For some reason, I'm not hearing too many footsteps in the snow. It's like actually providing some sort of cushion. Also, this map usually has a couple of snipers in this general area, but no one seems to be sniping or using a marksman weapon. That is interesting. Oh, wait, I hear someone.
We have the lead. Maintain current posture.
Whew. Thank you, teammate. Oh, wow! I gotta see where the hell this guy was.
Authorizing UAV operation.
He was watching
The
me!
lead.
You dirty fucker. You do enjoy watching people walk by? Do you get off it? You get your rocks off, huh? I appreciate it, though. Damn it! Missed everything. Huh.
I got hostile long gun.
Woo! Gonna do a turnaround on this bitch. Cue back naturally. Oh, I guess my teammate was doing the same thing. Seems like they keep sticking over here by the bridge for some weird reason. Oh, God. Ah! That fucking Alex guy.
Sniper fire. Scatter.
No, 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 not like this. Not like this. Let me reload.
Skewer release
Reload.
detected.
Damn it. Don't care. One. Oh, okay. I sometimes fuck up and shoot my teammates. It happens.
Enemy care package detected overhead.
Damn it. Low blow. I'm not sure. Is the Halo announcer? He's still alive, or is he? Did he finally pass?
Hostile skewer.
No, no skewer, no skewer. Don't skew me. Don't skew me. Don't skew me. Don't do it. Okay, it wasn't me. Damn it! I should have stood. I should have just stayed lying down. They couldn't hit me. They were stupid. They didn't shoot down. Come on, come on, come on. I need some kills here. Ooh, what we got here? Oh, okay, I got him. Come through. Do it. Do it. I dare you. I know you're gonna do it. I know you're gonna come through. Do it.
Threat identified.
Run! That's the point of camping. Like, you camp for a quick second and then you run. Because then the enemy knows you're there. Don't stay in one spot for too long. If you do, make sure you get the kills. Bitch! Ah! No! No! He was camping. Oh, actually, he probably saw me and just decided to use that as cover. Never mind. He wasn't camping. Oh! Damn it! Look how bloody I was. Holy shit, they fucking put so many holes in me. Oh! Scared the shit out of me. Stop. Ah! Why did they spawn there? Okay, they spawned there. That means they must go around.
Incoming cluster.
Why do you keep coming to this spot? Okay, you got me.
Time. Buckle down and take
I'm doing the best of my team? That's not right. That shouldn't be happening. I don't want to use my stim. I'm gonna let it come back naturally. Thank you, card regeneration. Why? Why do I suck? Why do I suck? Why do I suck? Ah! No! I had every opportunity, but I failed. I flubbed it. I'm garbage. I'm trash. I should be thrown away. I hear someone this way. No, 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 no. Not like this. Not like this, Chief. Not like this.
Pull back, mission is
Wah. I went positive, so that's fine. That's fair. I think the announcer is alive still. I saw him doing voice work on Fiverr. Fiverr? What is Fiverr? Is that? Oh. Okay, so internet says Mirage is, but he can't say it yet because NDA or something. Or is something like just AI. So I have been seeing some more voice actors have been actually signing agreements to allow companies to use their voice as AI, as in case if something should happen to their passing. Because some people want to leave something like behind as like, this is my legacy, right? And so some people are like, I'd like to do AI as a sense of that. So I think that's fine, and I think that's fair. I know some people are 100% vehemently against using AI for anything, for art, for voice work, for editing, for creation. I think if you just use AI as a tool, as any other form, it's fine. Now, I think if you're going to use someone's voice, someone's actual voice, as an AI, I think it's fine. Like, you know, have those channels that like use like Kevin James meeting like Adolf Hitler or some stupid shit like that, right? They use AI for that. You know, I think it's fine. I think if you get to a certain extent of like, you have to realize you're here not because of your own talent. You're here because you're using the talent of others. So don't get a big head. And two, as long as you put in your own editing style, your own unique jokes, and your own unique spin on something, I think it'll be fine. But if you're just doing like a one-for-one, like, I'm just gonna make like what happens if these, like those crappy like fucking Bigfoot AI generated videos where it's Bigfoot like running through, oh my god, it's me, Bigfoot, I'm doing a vlog inside this haunted creepy house, or some stupid shit like that. I think those channels should be banned. I think those channels should be just removed in general. Like, content creation is already so hard for new up-and-coming like streamers and YouTubers, that like having to compete with basically videos that are so like easily created just to like fill up an algorithm is terrible.
Stay tight. We're in the lead.
Ah! Damn it. This will probably be my last game because I kind of need to work on some more stuff, and I need to clean my room. Bitch. So yeah, so this will probably be my last game, and I'll probably end stream after this. So I appreciate everyone who came out to watch, and everyone who checked out, everyone who liked the. Damn it, the guy got him away actually. Like his body like didn't let me see them in the corner of exactly where they were. I must have got him. Damn it. Yeah! Keep leveling up the scar, baby. Ah!
Stim applied. Semtex primed.
Oh, I got him. I mean, I had to use my stim tech. And my nade to do that, so kind of sad I'm out of complete everything. But hey. Oh, God. Okay, there's a spawn point now. Damn, that kind of sucks, but it's fine. Run, 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 run. They're gonna throw nades. They're gonna start throwing nades.
Fight for me.
UAV online.
Save it for TACOM. Get me a UAV. Hostile
Keep that
gone.
counter UAV because they get one. Damn, I got hit by like 3 people at once. Damn, Daniel. Ah! Damn it.
Goddamn fire.
Hup. Oh. Hup.
Eyes on Semtex.
Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Ah! Nope. Damn, there was someone on the ground, like prone. That bitch.
Hostiles released a skewer.
No, no skewer. You gonna come this way? You do it?
Hostile
Point
cluster
blank.
inbound. Save it for the enemy.
Oh. What the fuck just killed me? Oh, what a bitch! That was clean though. Ooh, Warhawk heli?
Deploy CUAV in my AO.
Enemy took the lead. Make them regret it.
Wait, did I just use my counter UV?
Lead's ours. Stay on task.
Enemy tactical incoming. Enemy cluster grenade.
Fuck your cluster grenade. I got stim.
Engaging shooter.
Skewer incoming.
Enemies rearming.
Wall bang.
Check your goddamn fire.
Bitch, it's me. It's your teammate, your lovable goof.
Enemy trophy
Oh my
system
God.
removed.
Stim. I'm at 10. I only got 10 shots left. Make them count. Make them count. I'm out of ammo now. Time to use pistol. Damn it. I got 1 kill with it.
Anderson authorizing skewer.
Oh yeah? Warthog, baby.
Authorizing UAV mission. Confirming kill. Save it for the enemy. Shots mine.
Damn, I got 1 guy. Assassin, nice. Ooh, yes! New crosshair. Unlocked. Okay, I'm running. Fuck that. I'm not winning that gunfight. You're insane. You're insane. I'm not winning that.
Tasking request received. We're done.
Ah!
With Semtex.
I wouldn't have made that jump anyways. I'm pretty sure I was gonna die right there anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I care immensely.
TACOM, get me a UAV.
Damn. Nemesis established. I got my revenge on my nemesis, but they had a friend, they had a partner, in crime.
Deploy CUAV in my AO. Tally. Tango down.
They're on the ropes. Don't let them fucking breathe.
Oh. Ah!
Hostiles release the skewer.
No skewer, no skewer, no skewer. Hey, we won! Hey, look who is the top leaderboard! Oh my god, I did it!
But pure FM.
Mondo? Oh, it had to be me. You just had to insult me like that. Oh, it was here. Yeah, this is why I was saying the moment I saw what was happening, I was like, nope. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. That only brought me to 9th place. You know what? That's fair. That's fine. Alright. I'll leave this lobby. That was fun. I'm so glad I got to share that with you guys. I'm so glad I got to play with you guys and talk with you guys. This is great, and I've been enjoying this. I'm going to look to see if there's more things I can react to later in the future. I don't know what... I know next week I want to start back up Dark Souls again. And I know I want to play more FPS games again. The problem is I don't know what. If you guys liked watching COD, I'll continue playing COD until like I'm bored of it or something. Definitely I'm going to be playing more games with my friend. Oh, and... I do have a special announcement. I will make an actual post for this later, but around in December on the 9th, no, it's going to be the 11th, I have a special stream happening that day, a collaboration with a friend of mine who's another VTuber, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about our favorite cars from media. And this is kind of a request that was asked to me from a friend, and because they really wanted to see me talk about this type of stuff. So I am. It's going to be just a fun, casual, relaxed stream, just talking about that stuff. So look forward to that in December 11th on a Thursday. It's going to happen. I'll put an actual, I'm going to make a poster for it so you guys will know when the actual date and time is. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming out and watching me. Thank you guys so much for your comments, for your likes. Thank you guys so much for engaging and bearing with me. As always, have you guys have a good morning, a great afternoon, a beautiful evening, and a blessed night. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.